Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 on the European countryside. We've got so much we need to get done, guys. If you remember rightly, oh, we've still got grass that I didn't pick up. Interesting. Yeah, forgot about that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just double checking that everything. Yep, got grass bin, got water. Yep, got food. Yep. So yeah, right, we are now officially in April. I don't think there's anything we need to sell over in April. I'm just going to double check the wool. Wool is 367. Right, so actually there is something we can sell. Now we're not going to get a full load for this because it's not a full pallet, but we do actually have some wool to sell. So we might as well sell it. We did it last year where we just didn't sell it at the best price. We were like, oh, let's try and wait a month. Just because the calendar says a certain month is the best price doesn't mean that is actually the best price. I'm a little bit gutted that we only got half 568 litres, but saying that, it's still going to be over £1,500. So yeah, as much as it's not going to be a full pallet, it's still going to be worth quite a bit of money on this series. Like I say, remember, this series isn't all about like the earning of the super big money. It's all to do with ticking over, basically. Yeah, it's all about getting on with things on this series rather than earning like the big bucks. That's why that's why we're using a lot of smaller equipment. So yeah, we have got a lot of contracts to do now, which is fine because we don't have any field work to do at the moment. Don't forget, we've only got a couple of fields. We've got a lot of grass work that we can get done, which would buy some more new equipment. It's a bit of a drive over to the farmers market. Every day we seem to drive all the way to the shops, and it is a hell of a drive to come all the way here. That is one thing for sure. It does take quite a while to drive here, really. Don't get me wrong, I could technically drive quicker, but I am trying to drive a little bit more responsibly. Nearly turned into the shop then. There we go. Yeah, we should get over £1,500 for this, no matter what. Like I say, the only reason it's not probably a full pallet, really, £2,000. Wow, they didn't expect quite so much as that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. That's the first couple of minutes we've managed to make £2,000 without even doing a job. Now next year we'll have a full pallet of wool, guaranteed. Because we'll have a year. But yeah, I kind of want to jump on with a little bit of grass work today, but I want to do some. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split the grass jobs over a few episodes. So what I'm thinking today is we'll go and do like a fertilizing job. We'll go do like a herbicide contract, something like that. And we'll cut some of the grass fields. I've also got to come back here to field 22 and seed that field, which is not going to be a very big job. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. So like, for example, today we might go and cut all the grass fields, and then maybe in the next one we might go and windrow them all up. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a lot easier to do that than to just spend a whole episode just doing contracts on, the same contract. Because a lot of the grass fields are actually by our farm anyway. So I'll go and I'll jump into the Ford. I think that's going to be the best one. But let's just double check what contracts we have to do. We've got baling, fertilizing. One, two, three. See, these ones are going to be next to nothing. They're tiny fields. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So there's 2 sowing jobs to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fertilizing contracts, 3 baling contracts. We could technically fertilize all 3. I'm trying to decide if there's a... No, there isn't another way of doing this. I was trying to decide if I could take the fertilizer with me. We've only got 1 spraying job, and we do have actually spray in here, so maybe it's worth doing the spraying job first. If we top that up, so we want to go to field 11 for spraying herbicide. Again, no, that's right next to the farm. That is really, really handy. So yeah, if we do this spraying contract first, and then, like I say, if we do maybe a sowing job or something like that. The thing is, we're gonna have more than 1 fertilizing level to do. Don't mind me, I was just kind of paying attention not to hit any trees then. If we do this, there we go. Like I say, we're not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it all. I'm not gonna get right into them corners, but that's looking well enough, really. Field 11 is quite a bad field to buy. I don't think field 11 would be a field we come to buy. It does look to be a little bit not very big. I don't think it helps that the big pylon is in the middle of the field. We do not have access to those land. I know. If we do this, we work our way around. I think overall this is the best way to do this. And we've already done a contract. So we've already made £2,000, and we've already technically done a contract already, because this contract is nearly done. Yeah, if I time lapse a little bit of the fertilizing jobs, I could always time lapse all the fertilizing jobs and do them all in one episode. Like I say, we've got sowing jobs to do as well. And we do have quite a decent sized sowing machine now. Nobody's officially told me that the seeder that I bought is too big, or no, not too big, too new for the series. Like I say, I can only use Google to my advantage. You know, googling the model number and stuff, and I didn't really find a year for the production date for it. Hence why we're still using it. That used less than 100 litres. That wasn't bad, that. Yeah, I think what we'll do is, I think we will definitely look at doing the fertilizing contracts. I think it's maybe about time though that we got some pallet forks. We could maybe take a pallet of fertilizer with us when we come to do these contracts. Let's get that there. Half of these now are just getting part empties and part filled IBCs. Right, so if we look at these for 19, 30, 31. Right, well, I know we're 31, 30 and 31. So if we go do 30 and 31 first, they're the furthest ones away from our farm. So that's going to take the longest to get there. If we go and do those 2 contracts right now, we'll see what we've got left in the tank. That might be another way of doing it, actually. Is actually figuring out, you know, we'll do as many of the fertilizing contracts as we can do per tank. So if we can only get these 2 done, we'll only do the 2 today. Because then if we come back to the farm, we might as well pick some mowing. Because we need to mow field 2, which is ours. We need to mow field 7, and we need to do 8 and 9 as well. So we have got quite a lot of mowing to do today. And I think if we break it up, like I was saying before, I think that's going to be the easiest thing. And then in the next episode we can sow field 22 and the other one, I think it was 47. And then once they're sowed, we'll actually have some more fertilising contracts anyway. But I said, if this money should just give us enough. By the time we've done these fertilising contracts, we should have enough money to almost buy another field. And if we can buy a field that's got a good crop in it already, we can always maybe bid for field 24. I'm not really looking for buying field 24, but let me know what you think of this, what I'm about to say, in the comments below. We could possibly buy field 24 at auction and then sell it. Let's be fair, you go and buy a house at auction, you do a bit of work, or you just list it straight away. If you go and buy a house at auction, you can sell it straight away and make money on a house. You might just be lumbered with it a little bit until it sells. So I'm wondering if that's maybe something we should do. I know it's not exactly making free money, you know, if we win the auction. I'm not exactly keeping my eye on that. So yeah, let me know what you think of that as an idea. Like I say, it's an idea. It's an idea. I did not know they were not collision. I didn't know. Thought they were. I thought if I drove into them, then I thought I was gonna get a little bit stuck. Bit weird why you wouldn't put them on a collision. As I say, we'll do 30 and 31. If this is all we've got enough fluid for, then these are the only two that we'll do today. I was thinking, yeah, you know, we could time lapse it, but my dog's crying. I don't know if you can hear her. She's next to me. She's trying to get my attention. But she's been out. She's been out. She's been fed. Come on, pup. Yeah, well, what was I? Yeah, my dog's put me off my train of thought now. Sorry about that, just had a cough. But yeah, like I say, let me know if you think buying the field's a good idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I know it's something you can do in real life. Like I say, we buy houses at auction. You can buy land at auction and sell it on if you really wanted to. I don't think we're really going to have enough fluid in here to do a third field. That's why I didn't want to time lapse it, you see, because if we only end up doing two fields, then there's not really much point in time lapsing these two little fields. Although, to be honest, 31 and 30, they are bigger fields than you think. I'm just going to put that out there. They are bigger fields than I thought. I did not think these were quite so big. I'm going to have to finish 31 now because these trees are in my way. That's the only reason we're going to finish these, and then we'll jump straight back onto field 30. But this fluid didn't cost us anything to buy. If you remember from the start of the series, we had a lot given to us. Like I say, it's a bit weird that these are not collisioned, but you know, I can live with that. Right, did that field come up as complete? No, it did not. It did not come up as complete. Wow. That was literally, we literally almost had to do every single bit of that field. I don't mind that though, it's quite a handy way of doing things. We're gonna have to be quick though. We're gonna have to get that field sown today. in April. When I say today, I'm talking like April, as in the month that we're playing on. Because I've just thought of something then. Depending on what crop goes in the ground, depends on if April's the last month to plant it. Down to 42% on here. I suppose we've done 60%, but we've done 2 relatively big fields. Wow, that's a drop and a half. Yeah, these were definitely big enough to time lapse. It was my mistake. I didn't think they'd really take quite this long to do. Oh, 135 litres. Sorry, I'm laughing because my dog is just going. She's playing with a toy now, and she's just on one today. But 31, like I said, they were. So 33 is a fertilizing contract. I had a feeling this was a fertilizing contract. What I'm gonna do right now, we're just gonna go and use up what's left. I don't think there's going to be enough in this just to finish it, but it's a bit silly to not do it. Yeah, I kind of wish I did. I kind of wish I did time lapse these jobs now. Like I say, it would have been a lot better to have time lapsed them. And then I say I could have drove back, got a little bit more if I had left over. But you know, like I say. We learn from our mistakes, and this was a mistake not to time lapse this. We could have done this field as well. I could buy some fluid from the shop because the shop is closer than our farm. The problem is we've got that many thousands of litres of fertiliser on our farm. It really makes me not want to buy it, but we are going to run out. Like I say, we'll go back to the farm though. We'll pick up the mowers, we'll cut some grass, we'll cut all the fields. Grass cutting doesn't really take that long. Then in the next episode, what we'll do is we'll come in, we'll finish this field off, we'll do some tedding. It's nice just to break up the jobs. Plus, obviously, April, as you can see, we're going to have some April showers. So yeah, it'll be nice to give that some hay, the grass chance to dry. Although I do believe we're making silage. We're making silage on everything except for our personal field. We're not even going to do a headland. 100 litres didn't even do a headland. That was... There we go. Didn't even do a headland. But like I say, that gives us something now to do over in the next episode as well. So yeah, we'll drive back, we'll get these grass fields cut. There's not many of them to be done. It doesn't take long to cut the grass, to be honest. But I do get a feeling about 1 o'clock, I think it's going to rain. I don't mind cutting, like I say, I don't mind cutting the grass in the rain because we can just leave it down. Yeah, a little bit gutted that 400 litre tank's not really big. I know there is another old style sprayer in the shop. We might have to have a look at it. I do think it costs quite a bit more money. Build 33 is 53% complete. Okay, I'm not even working on it. Interesting. Interesting. Then that must just be a delayed response. But yeah, just give me a second. So if we look under fertilizers, like I say, I know there is another spreader that we could buy. I'm trying to think if it's got a bigger tank. No, we want sprayers, don't we? No, it's 300 litres. 400 litres. See, that might be better. We might end up having to buy the John Deere 250 sprayer. I know it's not as wide, but it takes literally 2.5 times the amount. It literally takes a full 1,000 litres. Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's what we need to do. It won't be too bad when we get into the point where we can take some fluid with us. That's another way of doing it. We could have put an IBC in the car. The car could have driven to the field as well. Yeah, we've got four grass contracts to do. Well, 3 grass contracts. I'm not 100% sure now. Either way, we've got grass contracts to do, but our field needs to be grass. We need that grass for the sheep. That has to be. It has to be for the sheep. I'm just gonna fill. Oh, bear with me. Pressing the wrong button. Yeah, let's see. If we get these fields cut now, and then in the next one, we'll do some contracts, and then we'll do a little bit. You know, we'll do the tedding. Just got to remember this time not to bale everything. Baling everything right now would be brilliant, because it would wrapping everything, I mean, would be brilliant because it would give us more money. But the problem is, right now, money's not the issue. No. Aha. There we go. Kept trying to turn the wrong thing on and then accidentally hiring a worker. If we get all this little bit of grass here on the left hand side of this field, that alone will give us an extra bale. Try and get in between all the trees as well again. I know it takes a little bit of time getting in and around the trees, but if we get in and around the trees, then say it can equate to more bales. I'd like to try and keep about 5 bales for the sheep. I think 5 bales of grass a year is a good amount. go, guys. That is all of the grass fields done as well. Took a little bit longer than I thought, especially after the messing around with the driving around them trees. But that should be 7, 8, and 9 completely done. Well, completely. Look at that, some more fertilizing jobs. Yeah, really impressed with that, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I don't really like to end on a time lapse. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. We've got loads and loads of work done today. We've got loads and loads of more work to do. Got a lot of rowing to do, a lot of baling to do, a lot of wrapping to do. It's going to be done over a couple of episodes, as I say, along with some of the other jobs we need to get done. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and until the next one, I'll see you all later on. Bye for now.